The best of the Morning X on 99X. Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. The original 99X.
Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy, please welcome Robert Shapiro to the Morning X. How are you, sir?
Thank you for that applause. I really appreciate it, Barnes.
All right.
Oh, now we got Leslie and
there
Jimmy.
we go.
Jimmy's not clapping.
Right,
There you go.
Okay, we got everybody. Thank you,
Too nervous.
guys.
I'm sorry.
There are so many places we can start with this interview. I mean, we've lived your life basically with you for the last year and a half.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Bob, what's the biggest case you've ever tried?
Well, let's go back to the beginning of my career.
Yeah.
Did you take any time off after the trial? Because now you're on this 26-city book tour.
The book tour is really taking time off. I've been traveling the country. I have two boys, as you know, Brent and Grant. They're 12 and 15. Up until last week, they were with me throughout the East Coast and Midwest, went to the ball games, brought them into the great cities, and they've had a phenomenal time. My wife is traveling with me now, and this has just been fantastic, getting to meet people across the country.
In your book, you talk about how you had a videographer or whatever, somebody who kept track of all the news stories that was going on and clipping all the papers. You kept a very close, kept in close touch with the court of public opinion, I know. Now that you're on a tour, actually meeting people throughout the country, is the mood any different than you thought it might be?
Well, it is to some degree. First, I am very, very pleased that the people have been tremendously supportive. There are many people who come to the book signings or meet me just in the malls or on the streets who will come up and say, I don't agree with the verdict, but I think you're a decent guy and that you did a good job, and some people say they respect me, and that makes me feel good. There's just been tremendous support while we're on the tour, and people are doing what I think is very important from a case like this. They're talking about the system of justice. They're seeing it blemishes and all. They're talking about the Fourth Amendment, and they have opinions based on fact, based on reality. They're not drawing any longer from a television show or a movie. They're drawing from the real thing, and it's been great.
Do you get many of these people come up to you, like the guy in the book, the surgeon that you said that came up to you and kind of basically attacked you, but yet he wouldn't even, be a juror?
Very few.
Really?
Very few.
Tell that story that's in the book about that, so we have a better understanding of what it.
Immediately after the trial, I went for my annual physical that was 2 years overdue.
Right.
And I got off the elevator, and a man came up to me and said, "I've just got to tell you, that was the dumbest jury on the face of the earth." And then he used an expletive. And I said, "Well, that's interesting. What do you do for a living?" He says, "I'm a surgeon." And I said, "Doctor, how many juries have you sat on?" He said, "Are you kidding? I've got overhead. I can't afford to go be on a jury." I said, "Well, I think you've answered your own question. Before you criticize, you should really do what is an obligation of citizenship. It's like voting. Come." He says, "Well, they've never called me." I said, "I'm sure you've gotten the notices." He said, "Yeah, of course I get the notices, but I throw them away."
Throw him away. There you go. There's justice.
Robert, Henry Weinstein from the LA Times said, and a lot of people believe this, quote, "Shapiro wants to have it both ways, to take his share of credit for the acquittal while attempting to shore up his reputation in the white community by attacking Cochran and even distancing himself from his client."
I have said from the beginning, and if you go back, first, I was the only lawyer in this entire case on either side who never gave an interview while the case was pending from the beginning. But anybody who knows me, anybody who talked to me during the trial knows that my position was that race should not and would not be an issue in this case. That never changed from day one until the end. Clearly, when the Mark Fuhrman incident came up, there was a lot of talk about it, and I was talking about it. And Mark Fuhrman was either a bigot based on the statements that he had made. He was an equal opportunity hater. He didn't like African Americans, which a term he never used, Hispanics, women, Jews. He didn't like anybody but people that were exactly like him. And he was interviewed by a psychiatrist for his disability claim. And the disability claim psychiatrist said, "Nah, he's exaggerating or he's lying." Well, I said, this is something that certainly is going to be beneficial to us because Mark Furman, either being a bigot or a liar, has no credibility. And that's the issue.
In the book, you talk about when you first got notified, you were at a party, I believe, or something, and you were notified, you got a phone call, you thought, oh my God, something's happened to my kids or something. You went, you took the call. What was going through your head as you walked back to your wife at the table?
Well, it was interesting. First, I wanted to assure that there was no emergency. I was at a party with 500 people at the House of Blues in L.A. on a Monday night, and nobody knew where I was. And we get an emergency phone call, and I'm tracked down and taken into a private office. And then that happened 4 more times that night. I did not tell anybody what the nature of the call was, only that it was a personal business matter. It appeared to me that it would be something that would be very, very exciting and something that I would be very interested in doing, but really could not do anything that night. It was late at night, and I would have to meet with the potential client the next morning. And at 9 o'clock, he called me, and I met with him. He decided to follow my advice, and that day, I interviewed the 2 crucial witnesses in the case, Cato Kaland and Alan Park, before anyone had done that, and brought out the best experts in the world, including Michael Baden and Dr. Henry Lee from New York and Connecticut.
More of this interview you don't want to miss is back in minutes on the best of the morning X 99X.
Nightly Scroll with Haley Caronia.
I'm Haley Caronia. I scroll with the homies here in the live chat, and I love my long scrolls on my phone at night. The show is literally called Nightly Scroll. My screen time has reached astronomical levels, but I do it to get all of the videos and all of the content that you won't find anywhere else. I don't want to be surrounded by an echo chamber, so I hope you join me. Someone just said the show is great. Keep it up. Thank you. I will.
Nightly Scroll with Haley Caronia. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.